Y'all wanted me to talk about this reunion so bad. This could have been an email. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We're here for the recap and review of the Never Ever Met season 2. It was episode 11, the reunion. Y'all wanted me to do this so bad. I know it's a week late. I wasn't going to talk about it because I heard that it was nothing. Nothing to talk about, but here we are. Before we get started, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I have a goal of 45,000 subs. I want to hit that by August 1st, if possible. I'm at 41,000 right now, 41,000.5. So if you're watching this, if you wanted me to do this recap, if you are watching any of my other content, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video if you enjoy this particular piece of content, and then leave your comments down below. Let's talk about these people, okay? So the episode starts off, the reunion starts off with a scene that Taronda is the host. Now, of all the times that Taronda has worn a hat, she didn't wear a hat tonight. Girl, tonight should have been your hat night. But whatever. So I thought everybody looked good outside of two people. I didn't like Jared's hair. I think Jared looks better with a shorter, like more tapered Caesar haircut. And I don't like that color on Charlie. Um, I didn't like that red on, like, I felt like maybe if it was like a deeper, like more burgundy-esque, it would have looked better on Charlie. But other than that, I think everybody looked great. Everybody's outfits looked great. Jared did have on black socks and brown shoes. Ugh, but whatever. So let's talk about everybody, all right? So we're gonna go couple by couple. Thankfully that they really stayed in that cadence because it made things easier. So let's talk Alicia and Irving. Alicia came in with bad energy like she has had the entire season, okay? So they showed their package like they do for everybody. And their package ends with Alicia in the car leaving and her saying that, she's thankful for peace and all that type of stuff. And Irvin is like, spare me. Because Irvin is very sassy, okay? He's sassy. So Taronda was like, I'm gonna need you to be more graceful. Cause really, like, what are you still mad for? Now I understand that it is just 6 months after them seeing each other after leaving the house, but like there was just no need for that. So Irvin said, I'm sorry. I just felt like everything that I was doing was being manipulated and gaslit. Irvin, truth be told, it was both you and Alicia. Both of y'all asses were the problem, okay? So he's like, because Alicia is supposed to like bring happiness to my life. And Alicia was like, oh, that's so unfortunate for you. I cackled, right? Now, all the guys jump in and was like, that's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, that is exactly what he's talking about. But I was happy that Tati chimed in on Alicia's behalf and was like, no, it is unfair for you to expect someone else to make you happy every day. And I say that all the time. Like, honestly and truly feel that it is up to ourselves as individuals, as human beings, to self-soothe. You should be able to make yourself happy. You know what I mean? If you are relying on another person to make yourself happy, that's a problem. That's a problem. And I feel like Irvin was on some real. Irvin was looking for Alicia to cater to him, and she wasn't doing that. You have to take accountability for your own emotions. So Alicia said that Irvin would let the other gentlemen in the house dictate what he did, how he moved, what he did for her. Now while this is happening, Jay is over to the side, and I guess Jay doesn't like Alicia. Look, Jay, I like you. I honestly and truly like Jay. I think Jay's cool. But Jay gave a lot of mean girl energy this reunion because, like, I feel like Jay was being very catty. I understand that shows are edited and reunions are edited to look a certain way, but they can only make you look the way that you were actually acting. There was literally no reason for Jay to like chime in on some of the stuff that she did. It was really given that Jay wanted camera time and attention. And if that is the edit that they gave her, Jay, you should be pissed. But that's how it was coming across. So Alicia said that she is even now gracing Irvin with her presence. I said, I know that's right, girl. My presence is a present. Kiss my ass. We don't quote his music no more. So she said that she does not understand the energy that Irvin is giving her. Alicia said that she felt an energy shift during that conversation, and to her, it felt like aggression. Taronda was like, maybe it was nervousness. So Taronda points out that, look, Alicia, what you did was misleading. And we all said that across social media in our recaps, whatever the case. Y'all were in an argument, okay? A discussion, if you will. Alicia, you told him you felt unsafe in the conversation. You said that. That's damn near verbatim. Irvin did what any man should do in that situation. He got up and he walked his ass out the room. You wanted him to come back. That is confusing. It's confusing. So Alicia does take some accountability and says, you know what? I can admit that I handled that wrong. Growth, okay? So Irvin is claiming that he is with that ex-girlfriend. He's a liar, whatever. And Alicia said that she is not dating. Irvin, you ain't with nobody. You're single. You're single. I promise you are. You're not with that ex-girlfriend that went from calling you to being in your DMs to just liking the picture of your cousin at another wedding. Shut the fuck up, Irvin. Like, Tati and Clay, let's move on. So Tatiana said that she came into this with her expectations being to be booed up and to leave with somebody. Clay said that his expectations were to grow, and he has nothing bad to say about Tati. He feels that the hug was blown out of proportion. Okay? She was my friend. It was just a hug. I don't see anything wrong with the hug. Can we do like a poll? Let's take a poll of everybody that thought the hug was inappropriate. I feel like the hug was blown out of proportion. Jesus, I can't talk. I feel like the hug was blown out of proportion. Like, this is crazy. I don't understand this. So Kiki is like, I feel like you played in Tati's face. Kiki, you would know because you played in Brandon's. Shut up, Kiki, mind your business. So Jay, again, chimes in and said that Tati was always the last person to know about things, and that's why it kind of felt the way. Because remember how we were all shocked, imagine our chagrin, when Tati didn't care about the fact that he had a baby. She felt more disrespected by how Clay allowed his friend to play in Tati's face, okay? Tati then said that if this was the first instance of whatever with them, that it might have went a different way. Tati said that Clay liked to preach about how he's all for peace and all of this type of stuff when you are the drama. And I said, damn, yeah, big Tati, not the little one. So Clay said that he is currently seeing someone. Tati was like, is it your girlfriend? Clay was like, yeah. I'm like, what are you still lying for? So Tati said yesterday that when she talked to Clay, he didn't know how to answer if he had a girlfriend or not. Tati basically put him on blast so that when his girlfriend watched this, she would know how she's being played with. I said, damn, girl. So we panned over to Britney and Ty. Ty's hair looks a mess. So Britney said that her and Ty, okay, I'm going to say this. Britney was not sitting like this, but I felt like she like was leaned back now to like not have her neck protrude, whatever. So Britney said that her and Ty had phone conversations prior to them coming into the house about her boundaries, and he was crossing them. Ty said that she was not catering to him like he was catering to her. Brittany said, wasn't I ironing your clothes and giving you massages? Ty said, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need you to iron my clothes. Did you tell her that when she was ironing them, though? Because unless you said that when she was ironing them, don't say it now. So he then was like, your massages, you were just squeezing my shoulder. Like, it wasn't really no massage. Brittany doesn't deny this. She then went on to say that she did not want to kiss him, or she didn't want him kissing on her, actually. So Brittany was like, he slapped me on the ass so hard one day that my teeth clicked. I said, damn. So Ty is like, didn't you like it? Didn't you tell me that you liked it? Look, what I gather from this conversation is Brittany is now bringing up all these things to try to fit into the narrative that she wants to create, that Ty was crossing all of these boundaries, okay? Which if you have boundaries and he was crossing them, yeah, that's effed up. However, or on the other side, I should say, Ty is making excuses as well. You crossed her boundaries. All you have to do is acknowledge you crossed her boundaries. So Taronda even said this, if you made her uncomfortable, you needed to know to back off. Ty is like, I did. I stepped all the way back. Ty said that, I mean, why wouldn't I want to hug and kiss the person that I have been dating and then I'm finally getting to meet in person? Britney admits that she never told him that she was uncomfortable. Ty said that she never gave him these boundaries in person. I mean, if she told you the boundaries on the phone, if she told you these boundaries on FaceTime, on Zoom, why would they suddenly not be applicable now that y'all are face to face? Consent needs to happen every step of the way. But I guess. So Brittany said that she was just trying to keep the peace and that she often stays quiet to not, get into it with other people. Jay was rolling her eyes and that type of stuff. We know that Jay and Brittany don't like each other. Ty said he is dating. Okay. Brittany said that a lot of her exes are trying to spin the block. Okay. Jay said that Brittany will walk past her and go straight to Sinko because Toronto was like, what is the issue with y'all two? Jay thinks that Brittany was just more into Sinko than anyone else. Said maybe it was because of the alcohol because she drank a lot. I said, oh dear God. Oh dear God. So Brittany then said that they didn't click because Jay is rude. I'm not even gonna hold you. Jay does give mean girl energy. She does. And it could be that Jay just has resting bitch face. I have resting bitch face a lot. It could be that, but from what we can see in the way that Jay handled herself during this reunion, Jay gives mean girl energy. So Brittany said that all the ladies can attest to that. They said that even on that first day when they all met, Jay walked in the room and didn't speak to anybody. Jay was like, I came in and said hi, but I'm not there for them. I'm there for Sinko. I get what Jay is saying. However, that's rude though. That's rude. Nobody is trying to be your best friend there. But at the same token, if we're all going to be living in the house and sharing communal space, there is no reason for you not to want to come in and be welcoming and warm and like want to be comfortable with everybody. That's mean girl energy, Jay. It just is. You and Cinco were not in the house together. Y'all were there with 10 other people. So Jay then goes on to say maybe the older girls didn't like the younger girls, and Brittany said you'll be lucky if you get to my age. I said this was such a catty, stupid argument. They then decide to play a game. Y'all know the games always get messy. Shit goes awry. So the first question was, who do they feel was the peacemaker in the house? Majority of people wrote down Cinco. Irvin wrote down Jerry. They then ask if you could switch partners, who would you pick? This was messy, but a couple of them that I did catch. Brandon said that he would go with Dallas. I guess that's Charlie. I guess they were calling her Dallas. We saw a lot of Chris. We saw a lot of Brandon. We saw a couple Cincos. So apparently, Brandon really likes Charlie. Okay, apparently Brandon really likes Charlie because the next now he already said he would switch with her. The last question is who was hitting on someone else's partner after leaving the house, and a lot of people wrote down Brandon. Brandon's ass wrote down me. He literally put not like me, but like he wrote me on the paper. So apparently him and Charlie are waffles buddies. The fuck does that mean? Y'all on FaceTime making waffles every morning? We need a more clarification on that. Taronda, you didn't do your job clearly with this. Chris wrote down, a lot of people wrote down Chris. Chris took offense to that, but Chris also wrote down that he would have wanted to switch and be partnered with Tati, okay? So Clay was like, well, I think that Chris has been flirting with Tati. And Chris was like, what are you talking about? Clay was like, I can tell by the way you're looking at her now. Now, this nigga is sitting behind Chris. So Chris was like, you sitting behind me. I was with Chris. Like, you're behind me. So Alexis then said that she had a feeling about Chris and Tati. And Tati is smiling and she's blushing. But Chris is like, and y'all know Chris is a very simple man. So Chris is like, the fuck is going on? What are y'all talking about? What is happening here? So we table it for now. We table it for now. It's going to come back up later. We then talk about Jay and Sinko. So they both came into this hoping to see if their 5-month conversation would translate into in person. Jay said that they weren't strangers like some other people that came in here not liking each other. Jay. Jay. I think Jay has to realize there is no prize. There's no prize outside of you getting the man that you were already dating, but there's no monetary prize. The way that Jay used to talk and the way that Jay wants to make it seem as if they were just the best couple, girl, this is the never ever Mets. This isn't Love is Blind. This isn't Married at First Sight. This isn't Love Island. Y'all not getting nothing after this. No sponsorships, no brand deals, no nothing. This is literally the never ever Mets. So Taronda even clocked it and was like, yeah, that's shade. We not doing that. So Cinco goes to see, or went to CJ in Chicago every month, and he was in Flowers 3 times a week. We find out that Cinco needs to leave the reunion early. He has to go to Atlanta, or maybe they're there already, but there are trials in Atlanta for an overseas team, and they're handing out contracts on the spot, so he's going to go and try out. Jay said that she asked him to come visit in Asia because that's apparently where the team would be. And she said she wouldn't be because she doesn't like long flights. It's giving y'all asses ain't together and y'all are just trying to keep up a facade. Because why would your immediate answer be no? Like, he didn't ask you to move with him. He asked you to come visit him. I thought that was interesting. Jay Cinco is asked if he is going to marry Jay. He was like, I guess eventually if things keep going this way, they ain't together. If they are, y'all got an interesting way of showing it. Why wouldn't y'all have the couples that are still together sit by? They the only couple that's still together. Why not have them sit by each other? I thought that was weird. So we then talk Alexis and Chris. Chris does not want to be viewed like a piece of meat, which is why he wasn't willing to be super, super physical and sleep with her. He said because if they would have slept together, she would have got what she wanted, and then she would have just went and ran back and told her girls, which I 1000% believe. So he was like, I sent her the dick pic. Alexis said that they never got intimate. Chris was like, what? Alexis said it wasn't that type of sex. Apparently, was it Jared caught them doing something? Kiki caught them naked together, and her glasses were, I guess they took a shower together. They didn't have sex, but it sounds like they took a shower together or something like that. I don't know why they were being weird about it. Just say that you caught them either fucking or taking a shower. So Alexis said that after leaving the house, she had to take some time to decompress. Her and Chris are not together. Shocker. She said that his traumas were a lot and she had to do a lot of like self-reflection with it. And Chris was like, what traumas? Chris, you know you have traumas. You talked about it in therapy on the show in front of her. So she said that she felt like everything she did was a trigger. She knows she's not controlling, which is interesting because you acknowledge that you are controlling during that same therapy session. Like, are y'all forgetting what y'all said? So they're not together. Chris said it was a mutual breakup and said that sometimes things are a phase and this just phased out. Alexis said that she is now going to stop her part of the phase and let Tati take over. Clay was then like, why did you say that, if you could pick another person, it would be Tati. Like, why did you say that? Why did you say that? Chris was like, because I like her energy and we have things in common. Like, Clay, what's it to you? What is it to you? That was weird as fuck, Clay. So Jay was like, it shouldn't even matter, Clay. You got a girlfriend. You're dating someone. So all Clay could do was look down and be like, I'll be okay. Clay knows that he messed up when it came to Tati. So, oh well. So, Taronda asks Chris if he is vegan. Alexis is not dating. Chris is not dating. So, we then get over to Kiki and Brandon. They play their package. Brandon is asked if he admits that maybe he did overreact to Kiki's drinking. And Kiki said that, or Brandon acknowledges that he maybe did overreact to her drinking. And Kiki said that it was constant all the time. Like it was just constant him asking about it. Brandon was like, don't act like you are not a heavy drinker. Don't act like you weren't a heavy drinker. For whatever reason, Kiki doesn't want to admit that maybe she had too much to drink. Okay. I don't get that. So Jay then was like, well, your waffle buddy was a heavy drinker too. Brandon said I wasn't with her at the time. And everybody was like, are y'all together? I can see why they would ask that, but at the same time, I see what Brandon is saying. I wasn't dating her when we were in the house. So I don't care how much she's drinking, right? So Taronda then asks if Kiki would have been upfront sooner, would it have changed things? Remember, Kiki had the little secret about her ex. So Kiki said that she was not ready to finish things or close things off with her ex, but she knew it was time. So Brandon said, look, if Kiki would have told me sooner than later, we would have been done and we would have left because I told you that was a deal breaker. And all Kiki could do was stare at him. Like, I'm like, girl, what are you staring for? Like, what do you mean? So Kiki then said that Brandon is her best friend, and that that is the biggest thing in a friendship, in a relationship. And everybody was like, no, Kiki, no, no, no. So Alexis was like, your best friend is considered the person that is the better friend to you. Right? That's what a best friend is. So how is that your best friend when you were lying to him? Taronda was like, I don't let my best friends lie to me, and I don't either. Like I just feel like Kiki was full of shit, and y'all know I was very very firm on that, and y'all were saying that, oh, you guys are being mean to her because she's big. It had nothing to do with Kiki's size. Whether she was bigger or thinner, she was still full of shit. Either way. So we then talk Charlie and Jared. So Charlie said she came into this wanting to see if their chemistry was real and said that Jared was not honest. Okay. Jared said that he thought that he could get over the secret, but in his mind, he just couldn't. And Charlie was like, well, you had secrets. So yeah, y'all both had secrets. Y'all secrets don't cancel out though. And I think that's the issue that Charlie is missing. I think it would be one thing if both of y'all just were hiding the one baby. You were hiding three, Charlie. That's a big deal. Yes, it's a big deal that Jared was hiding one, but you were hiding three. Okay. So Jared then said that good sex changes a lot. Okay, and that sometimes good sex can check off some boxes that wouldn't ordinarily be checked off, and he wanted to see if the sex would help the situation. I said, God damn. So Charlie said, well, on day 2 you were already saying no. Jared said, yeah, I was hit with a bomb on day 1. So Charlie is like, is it because I have a kid or the amount of kids? And Jared said, it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. So Charlie somehow takes this that Jared is saying that her kids are a burden, and that's not what he was saying. That's not what he was saying. But Charlie is saying that I don't want anything from you. I make good money. My kids don't need fathers. They have fathers. I got a big ass house. I got a good job. I just wanted you for me. That's it. Okay, well, I wasn't going to. Were you gonna leave Dallas? I can't leave Dallas. I can't leave Dallas. Okay, I can't leave South Carolina either. Okay, so what if I only had one kid? I was going to convince you and the one to move to South Carolina. I can't leave Dallas. Well, then I guess it was all smoke and mirrors then. So why are you actively dating? Like, I don't understand this. So did Charlie expect Jared to just up and move to where she was with her 4 kids? It's interesting. So then they show a clip of Jared and the guys talking, and this was after Jared revealed that he said "fuck no," in about the game, and Jared was saying about talking about thinking of all the women that are going to be waiting in your IG DMs. Jared, I don't think you had that many as you thought you were going to have. Taronda should have asked Jared how many were waiting. So Jared said, "Look, I called you my soulmate, and I meant that because you are a soul that I want to keep in my life." And Charlie is like, "What? You know what? Moving forward, it should just be nice knowing you, Charlie. Because if we can't be best friends, we're not gonna be nothing." I said, "Girl, stop, get away from this weird ass, manipulating, gaslighting ass man." So Jared said that he is not dating. Charlie is not dating, but she does want to get the Jared tattoo removed off of her. And then Jared tells her, "Let me know if you need anything. Hit me up if you need anything." Ooh, the fireworks. "Hit me up if you need anything." And I'm like, this was, I mean, wasn't a good, I mean, I got 26 minutes out of it. So it was apparently a decent reunion. If you are watching, let me know what you thought about it. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.